Hey guys, Zero JPS here, and here we are looking at the Master Grade Dynames Gundam from Season 1 of Gundam 00. A true sniper Gundam at its work. And as you can see, it's in the green color scheme. Ooh. In a way, he does look kind of chunky or blocky or angular in some areas. But that's just to the overall design of him. And trying to get him to stand is kind of finicky now, but his feet gotta work with me. He's also very different design from the Exia or any of the just due to the design of him being a sniper, and we'll see part of that in the articulation. Some of the overall design build is the same here and there, but it is different. Like the clear pieces, like Exia has, he has them too. It's hard to notice it, but he has two on the head. He has the clear ones right here on the arms, the upper legs, the torso, and the lower legs. So he has that. The clear green pieces. You have the one on the torso, which is usually would be blocked by this chest piece, but yeah, I got that. You can move that out the way. This one, there's no writing on it. Unlike how 00 would say 001. Yeah, this one is just a clear green piece. Don't know why they chose to do that, but they did. You also have a opening cockpit with your lock-on status in there, and that little piece hanging down right there in front is supposed to be like him with the sniper scope, which we'll see. We'll see that later. Well, the effect of it later in the master. When we go into the sniper mode. I can't wait and also I can't wait to see how they do the Dynames. Oh, not the Cheridom, because he had like a visor. I wonder how they're gonna do that. Like he had a little thing that pops up and he had like a little visor. I wonder they're gonna put the little visor connected somehow around his head or something. Love to see that. So yeah, you had the clear green piece there. The LED in this one is so much strong. The one in the back was working, but I think the battery in there died. Also, they did a nice little redesign for the GN drive in this one to kind of make it hold better in place. You also have two clear pieces. Like there's one up here for the stupid iPad phone again. Wish I knew how to mute that. You have a clear green for the eyes, but you have like a clear white piece for the scope sensor in here. You have the clear green in the arms, and that's about it, because there's none in the legs due to the design of the legs being different. But yeah, he's uniquely different. And yeah, the LED just look like it's starting to reach the end of its life. And it's nice though that this thing does kind of cover that LED, because if I didn't normally that thing could look bright right in your face, but could be the LEDs dying out, but maybe. Because the XI, I had this thing since after Christmas or so, and it's been like a month since I had the LEDs put in here. LEDs in this one, the front one's still kind of going strong though, but I'm pretty sure they're going to die off soon. Another thing I'm not a fan of is that now his GN drive holder, Well, the GN drive is easy to pull out in this one. It's the same design built and everything. Just it's made to look a little bit better. And the holder is really nice, but my only problem is that these things don't really seem to, well, now they do, but normally these things don't really hold well in there. Like they're supposed to kind of lock in. Well, now they do. Your V-fan popped off when I did that. Don't know why now all of a sudden it actually holds in place. Or when it act like it do. That's neither here nor there. But yeah, that's the Dynames. So let's go ahead and get into his articulation. And I think the LED just kicked the bucket on me. No, it hasn't kicked it just yet. It's really, it's really on the end of its life. I probably will change out these LEDs and all of the master grades I have that has them, which is a lot, but that'll probably be another time. Okay, so let's get into his articulation. The head goes up and down, forwards and backwards, but it also lifts upwards. And yeah, this V-fin is gonna keep done that because you don't really want to grip anywhere around it because unlike other V-fins, it's not really held down in place because the red parts is kind of there to brace it, and it kind of pegs in right there on that white spot. And the V-fin itself is basically acting like a sensor cover. So yeah, it's that, but the head can actually come up really far. He actually has an extended neck, so he can actually look even more so up or down. But that's only for him though. That's for him to be in sniper mode. These yellow bits do move up. I already showed off that you have this for the opening cockpit. His arms actually do extend outwards really nicely. And I do like that. Which really helps for him sniping. Yeah, these parts up on the shoulder that move, and this is for attaching like his sniper rifle and the shield covers. Arms, they rotate 360. They don't go out too far. They go about that far before they really start hitting stuff inside the arm. Rotate below the shoulder. Also, 90-degree bend, or a little bit more than a 90. Just why? Also, I forgot. I said that was only the one clear part. Whoops, I forgot. There's the other one. Yeah, they are part of his elbows. I mean, they don't get in the way from him having a bigger bend. Oh, there it is. That's more than, I say about a 110. I mean, I take it back. He has a good bend and a better bend than what I was giving it credit for. So, yeah, he has a good bend in there. And the wrist moves quite a bit, if you noticed, because there's that. Then there's a white part in there that actually moves it up even further, and then the wrist can move. So you actually have a little white part. Oh, phone, stop. Or iPad, stop ringing. You have a hinge on his hand, on his wrist, ball jointed thumb, and interchangeable fingers. 3.0 style fingers, which is the way they go on now. And I'm using both. Well, this is the beam saber holding hand, and this is the trigger hand for his gen for his sniper rifle. His arms can go in and out. Well, at the shoulder part here, it's forward and backwards. But at the torso, you also got that forward and backwards. Even more so when you pull them out, so they can do even more forward and backwards. So yeah, he has very good articulation there. Torso is ball jointed, so he can rotate around. He has a little bit of forward and back. He also has, there it is, he has an ab crunch, because there's an extra joint in there to actually let him come back really far for his when he's supposed to be like laying down in a sniper position. I don't think it allows him to extend outwards though. Oh, and this is not a ball joint. It's just a peg and a hinge. Well, peg and double hinge, because you got the you got this little hinge here, but you also got one further up. So the lower hinge connected into the waist lets him do this, but then you got one upper up here near the cockpit that allows him to look back further. So he gets a good range of motion. He has a nice little ab crunch, ab crunch. He's not skipping a work. He's never skipping torso day. He also has the side to side in him, because I'm pretty sure you noticed it. It also seems to make his torso not look lined up right. And I swear, it's like, because he has the at the top he has that rotating part up here, because the torso is kind of built like around a wheel, so for the GN drive. But it also means that sometimes, if you want to make this look right, his body looks awkward at an angle sometimes, like so. But I'm not complaining. Sometimes it looks awkward, sometimes it looks fine. It just depends on the angle. Front skirts, they're hinged, or they're not hinged. They're like ball joint. I think they're hinged. I don't remember. It's been so while. It's been a while since I built it. It's been over a month. They're hinged, I want to say, but they do move pretty far. Back skirts, well, there is none, but these thruster back area move up and down, and there's his beam sabers stored here, and they move out on a hinge, so they move forward and backwards. This can also be, I'm pretty sure this can be detached, yeah. So we can take that off, so if it was on, it does hinder his backwards movement. And just like Exia, well, his is, they work together in tandem, but his legs can go up and down. So you do have that. I'm not a crazy fan of those that move together, but it is what it is. I prefer those that move separate, but it's due to the fact that it's a bar with ball joints on. I'm connecting these, so a bar, so you peg them in. That's like so, but for what you get though, that's pretty good though for something that's like, he can actually go pretty far out with this. So your legs go forwards, back a lot if you don't got this attached, but you know this is limited. And you can see they come out pretty far. That's insane. Because there's no side skirts, yeah, they're definitely going to go out really far. I do like that because, like I said, it's just a bar, and then you're just pegging them into here, and that clearly gets stopped. Don't get in the way. And thanks to how the leg is cut, it doesn't hinder him too much in a way. You do get some rotation up here, but the cut of it does kind of hinder it, but it's not a big deal. Double jointed legs. Nothing up here at the top. It doesn't move. It's pretty stationary. No rotation, no forward and backwards, but at the foot, you got the forwards, the backwards. You can rotate, and the foot and the toe move. So you pretty much got a good range of motion. Now, the thing is, his feet are tiny. And I forget, is the ankle guards, they do move. The front ones move, but not the back. They're stationary. Now, the thing is, he has such a small foot. You would not think he can actually hold himself well, but... And also, like how Exia was, I feel like, gotta move the camera up. The back part, it does protrude outwards, and that's just how the design is. But his feet does make 3 points of contact here, here, and here. Because if you look at it kind of flat like, and here I'm just using my finger. He has 3 points of contact at the heel, the foot, and the middle part of the foot. So the 3 points of contact does help him a lot instead of like the standard 2. That 3 points of contact does mean he's really stationary and he can hold a pose. And he can also, and thanks to his neck, he can actually look around pretty well too. But you got to use those 3 points of contact on both feet though to keep him kind of standing. And yeah, because of that way his head can move up and around, his head can rotate 360. I forgot to mention that. Yeah, his head gets out of the way clearly for him to be very observant of what's going around him. And as long as you make 3 points of contact with one foot and maybe 4.5, 5 points of contact, well, 1 to 1.5 points of contact with his other foot. So as long as you have at least 4 to 5 points of contact with his feet, he can stand up pretty well. But we all know, because he's a sniper, we also know that he can get into a decent sniper pose. Whether he's standing or taking a knee, there's nothing he cannot get into a pose for. And I do like that because he is not hindered at all. And thanks to the good ab crunch he has, he is going to get a pose really well. But that's enough about that. I think it's time we go ahead and look at this guy's accessories, shall we? And even though he wobbles a little bit, he's that point of contact has have him standing, and I do appreciate that. That's a good engineering design right there too, because this is actually this was released this year. Was he released this year or last year? He was released not too long ago. This was released. Oh no, this was last year. Late last year though. Or sometime last year. Yeah. He has very good posability and stability in him. I like that. So, but enough talking about that. Let's get on to accessories. So, for his accessories, he does have 2 beam sabers. I think these are the same across all the Double kits. And I'm pretty sure when we get, who knows, maybe in 10 years, well, yeah, 10 years when we see the Cerevi, if we could probably have all these and we could just say, oh, well, Cerevi only came with two. Let's give it two more. Let's give it four more because I'll have plenty of these lying around to say, hey, here you go, Cerevi. Here's two for your legs, two for you to hold, and then two for the arms on the back, so you could have your six. I believe that was a thing with the high grade. You had to do that. I never had the high grade, but I've seen videos where you had to do that with the high grade. Uh, and let me pop this back in. Okay. That doesn't feel tight in there, but whatever. So we're looking at the beams, his back part, his little butt flap, or whatever you want to call it. The beam saber handles are hinged, so they do come out. There's some nice detailing on this as well. Like, that's a nice detail to like look like vents grates or something on it. It's nice. You also have the thrusters here, and the nice thing is they do pop out. So if you lift up on the top and the bottom parts, the thruster opens up and expands outwards. These things are also kind of like, they're hinged. Well, they're hinged here. They're hinged here, but they're pegged in so they can rotate around and be outwards. And like I said, you just peg it in into the back of the waist. And like I said, it will hinder his backward mobility, but in a way of speaking, you about to get this as much as the leg will let you, even if you rotate the leg downwards to still get it back. I mean, it doesn't hinder him too much, but you still get enough. And yeah, he can reach behind and grab his beam sabers. Like, no issues. So yeah, it looks natural for him to grab it. So there's that. Um, I forget. Let's go ahead and mention he does have one accessory on him in terms of weaponry, and that's missiles. So you open up the parts on his front skirt. You have missiles. Now they don't look like it because you would have to paint the little parts in orange to look like missiles. That's the downside of this. So that's like one of the only few times you actually have to paint it is paint in some missiles, but other than that, it's not a big deal. And then you also have missiles in his kneecaps. So you can open these up, and you will have to paint those orange as well. Don't know why this one feels looser than the other one. Even though this one feels like it's going to break if I try too hard. And it also doesn't help that this thing is like it's popping out too, but yeah. So you have that. You also have two of these holsters. And I forget. This is the one I accidentally built in this. Yeah, you see those nubs there? You see those? Well, the camera's not focusing on this. Oh, there it is. You notice those nubs right there at the top? Those are supposed to be like little clips. I accidentally broke those off, so yeah, so they can't really slide into here. I mean, it still holds in there, look by friction and everything, but it is also being held in there on the gun. I mean, even if it's closed, it would. I want it. No, actually, without the gun in there, it's not going to hold up too well. So the only reason this thing is holding in there is due to the gun. But because I'm going to have the gun in stored in here, that's fine. But these things open up. It's nice that they are two-tone colors too. And you have your little GM pistol with the little green sticker on it. And this thing is like a few pieces, so kudos to them for, doing a little color separation. And like you could you can also have them hold them. Like I said, I'm using one of the these are one of the hands for this. I want to say this would be, I want to say this is one of the hands for this, one of the trigger hands. Actually, no, I don't think so. I don't think this is the trigger hand that would work with the. I think I got the wrong trigger hand. I thought these were the ones, but I don't think so. I think I have to use the one I'm using for his main hand, for his main weapon. I think I have to be using this one. Yeah. So yeah, you have to use the weapon I use to hold the sniper rifle is the same one I use to hold the pistol. But yeah, he holds it really well, and it looks nice. So the finger I am using on, I use it to kind of have him display holding his just holding the beam sabers. Now since I got the plate here, here's the set of all the other extra hands with the action base connector right there. So you got player display open hands. If you're gonna have them display with the sniper rifle, they tell you to use this hand as the open hand to simulate it like holding the like holding on to the rifle, the extra grip. I'm actually using the holding hand because it actually did work. But I'm actually gonna. I'm not sure about this hand because there is a peg in there, but there's also a peg in here, so yeah, I'm actually going to just be switching out and using this hand because there is a hole there for him to hold it. Because I want to say I remember I had him holding it as such, like this, because it does seem to grip really, really well with it, like so. But I will try because I had a pose with him holding it in both hands, in the trigger hand and with the spare hand. But yeah, he has extra set of hands. So you have that. And just so you know, to do it right, because you can't do nothing without it being in pairs, at least for him. Well, I didn't expect this to happen. The part with the scope popped off, but is easily popped back on. Normally you can pop this thing on without needing to remove this part. But yeah, there's his other hand. holding the pistol. Now, there is a pose I want to try. Uh, I want to say, even with his arms extended all the way in, he can't really do it. Oh, sad. There was a pose I wanted to do where his arms was crossed and he was doing this, but I don't think he can do it. I I was hoping that he could do it, but I don't think he can. So sad he can't do the arms cross pose. Don't think he has enough mobility, enough arm clearance or something to do it. But hey, if you still need him to shoot something, he can. Or if he needs to shoot something from both sides, yeah, he can do that. I thought he did a pose where he had them crossed. Like he had his arms forward and they was crossed. Like such, something similar to like this, and he was shooting, but both arms have to be kind of like fully extended for this to work. It's something like that. I thought he did a pose similar to that, but I don't know. But yeah, you have the RGM pistols. They're cool. I like them. Now let's store them and put them where they go. So the easy way is to just pop this off and pop the fingers off. Don't know why I have to do that with this, but it's whatever to me. And then you can store them. Pop this open, place these in, close it. And these get stored right on the hips. There's a little clip there that slots into there. And there you go. And yes, he can reach down there and pop them open. The other thing is, while the things are clipped in, I will say they do feel kind of, flimsy or whatever. And if you wanted to, because the legs are symmetrical, inside and out, you can, yes, you can clip it on the inside. So if you had two of these and you wanted one with both of them like that, and another with the both sniper rifles, whatever, you can do such a thing. But like I said, he can, if you pop him open and everything and lift up, he can reach down and grab it. So it is a practical thing. Now, I kind of wish it was a little bit higher, but I'm not going to complain or worry about it because it is what it is. So the next major thing to look at is his sniper rifle. And Yeah, it's big. Almost solos him, but yeah, it comes up really high up on him. Oops, didn't mean to pop that off. Get back in there. So this part up back here, it does move and everything. It's like a ball joint, and there's also a little peg here to connect into the arm. And there is a clear piece right inside of there for it. You also have a clear piece with the green sticker for the scope. You also have a movable handle. And you also have a stand, a little kickstand, so it can, stand up. The handle does not move at all. That handle is this handle is stationary, but yeah, you could do that. But there's something else that comes with it. These two little pieces. So if you pop off the ends of the sniper rifle, you can actually plug these in there, and you can give it it sends up higher. Now, as far as I know for this, not sure how many people has tried this, but to my knowledge, it's supposed to be good if he's going to do this, if you want to have him proned. And I had this thing adjusted to fit directly into his arm. But this was made so if you use the benefit of his head, so it's supposed to be a benefit thing like this. So if he was sniping, not sure how the other hand would get over and reach. Not even to the handle, because that handle, even all the way back, is not going to reach his other arm. Unless I do some. Well, no, I take that back. It will reach. You just got to do some fin dangling with it to make it reach. I'm trying to get this because I never tried this. I don't think I tried him holding this before. And now that hand doesn't want to work, so let's try the other hand. Trying to get this to work, and the ball joint his thumb pops off the hand. Come on, I know we can do this. There. Now he's prone sniper. Land somewhere, ready to snipe somebody who's unsuspecting, who got into his range. Now, since I'm now doing this, and the arm just came off, that's fine. That brings me up into the next point about him I want to bring up with his sniping, and that is his head. I'm pretty sure if you've seen the anime, and I'm gonna switch this back because I don't want to use these no more. Too bad, I mean, I don't see how they could not engineer something to slide out instead of, having to switch him like this, but it's whatever. his head. Now, when I was doing this the first time, I would feel like I was going to break something or something not working. But if you pull forward on his V fan and push it down to the point now it looks like it's covering his eyes. There's another sensor there. And that's for him to be using and while he's sniping. And since I'm gonna have him holding it like this, so he can hold this normally now. And like I said, you only get two different hand options really. Well, finger options for him to be holding his sniper rifle. And there. He's looking on, he is sniping, and he's doing it with ease. Can he do like the GM sniper too? Yes, he can. It is possible. I think you just have to adjust to where the other hand is. Or, if you don't want him to use the other handle, which some might be like, I don't want to use the handle. You can do like I do. And I'm not going to switch to hands for this because I just don't want to. He can have it over, push if you push the handle back up. And he can be just like this. He can be aiming just like so. Gotta get that other foot planted. So yeah, he can do just like so. Heck, even on the box, which I got right here, they show him holding the well, you see his eyes and you also see Kyrios in the background, but his eyes are shown with the cameras not being covered, so he is close range shooting. So you can do such a thing. So yeah. So if you want to push the sensor back up, it's push in, push up. You push in, push up, and there you go. Yeah, you know what? Because he is a sniper and I want to use that hand, I'm going to use that displayed open hand for him. Just for the sake of it, because uh, honestly, I'm going to have him displayed holding his sniper rifle. I mean, I have my GM Sniper 2 display it in the same way. And I think this is also another reason why one of my disgruntled beliefs with the 3.0 style hands is that I don't like the fact that even though they're easy to plug in, they're also easy to pop right off and out. So yeah, that's how I'm going to have them displayed on my shelf. Pretty nice, but that's not everything we have. And also, if you don't want him to hold it, if you pop it off, Uh, ball jointed thumbs popping off. That's really annoying to me. His thumb, and I don't know where his thumb went, but I will find it later. I hope it didn't roll off my desk, because that would be really bad for me. Because uh, there is a gap behind my desk, anyways. I'll have to check back there later. But you can take these two clips here. Well, this in here, and if you notice on his shoulder, there is a ball joint here, but you also have clips here, here, and here, or slots there. So you can peg them anywhere. So if you want to do it like how he is in the early season, you can have him with it on the side. But since we're going to be looking at him as he was in the latest part of season 1, it would be pegged in the front like so. But next, we're going to go ahead and get into what those extra clips and stuff is for. Because this part kind of ran on for a little bit. Because the next part is his shields. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and look at what goes on those other spots. So that would be these 4 pieces here. These 4 pieces make up the covering plates. So to make sure you put them on right, look at it from the front and see which way they open up. Because you can open up like this, so this can open up even further out, or close in. And since it opens up like this and it closes in, this one will be on this side, and it goes pegged in. And like I showed the shoulder, this part can pop out and it can rotate forward, so it would protect there. And next you would have this part here. I'm pretty sure that is. No, that's the wrong one. It will be this one. This part is the one that you would because if you're looking at it from the side, you want this to be pegged into the back. Not sure why, but that's just how they wanted it to be. But you would clip it in up here, and there you go. Yeah, that's how that would look. Because when you rotate it outwards, it would be on the side. His hands is still free movement all around, so it's not hindered. And also, another thing is, because I'm pretty sure he did this in the anime, and you can open this up, and his hands will come right through. So he could still have coverage protection, just like so. Especially if he was using his pistols like this. Get it back. There we go. So I'm going to go ahead and plug the other ones in. And now we have the matching set. And if you don't plug them all in and just leave one side in, it will make that side a little bit heavier. And yeah. Now he's more bulked out. And I know you're probably thinking, if you see it, like, shouldn't there be a green part here or something? I thought so as well, but I don't think so. Doesn't appear to be a green part needed there. Not that it wouldn't hurt to have one there, but from what I was looking at and seeing, there's nothing that goes there. So yeah, he's bulked out. And like I said, you can connect this into the inside of here, and it does not get in the way. Actually, let me extend this out. Get this connected in here. There. And so you have his stuff. Oh, right. I forgot his connect these on. And yeah, now we have a fully decked out, armed to the teeth, ready for war, Dynamis. And he is monster. He looks monstrous. He looks ready. And if he has to deploy, ready for combat, just want to go and expose, well, he got himself covered. Because there, these things act like a shield for him. It doesn't look like a puffer coverage on him, but it does the job. Okay, so apparently as long as like okay, so I am doing it right. It's just that you want to leave coverage for the missile pods right there on the front skirts to be available to use. But yeah, overall it's a beast. You can be like, I'm chicken heading out, I can see you. But I do like it, the look and everything. That's why I can't wait to see when they do the Cherubim. Oh, love to see the Cherubim Gundam done in a master grade form. But yeah, it's the Dynamis. And he's starting to look like he can't stand, but no, he's fine. I just gotta readjust his foot because you gotta keep the give him all 6 points of contact down. And just, pull the balancing act, and he can stand up really fine. But yeah, this has been the Dynamis. So I haven't don't got anything new coming along the way. I think even if I did, I think the next two I probably would want to do would be the Gunner Zaku and the Barbatos. But that's if and whenever I want to get to them. Plus, there's also the Fast Sentinel I would like to do, but that's neither here nor there. So that's it for now, and I'll see you guys next time and later.